Wild weather is slamming our area, and it has already contributed to at least one death. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Steve Price.
Hi, everyone. I'm Stephanie Simmons. San Diego County is experiencing wind and rain as a big storm rolls our way.
We have team coverage for you of the storm tonight, starting with meteorologist Sean Stiles. Sean, what can people expect over the Christmas holiday? Man, that wind was howling earlier today.
So it looks like Mother Nature has decided to give us a little bit of a break on Christmas Day. So things are going to back off overnight.
That's
we definitely saw some very strong winds, and the rain continues to fall across San Diego County. As you take a look at this live Doppler radar here, you can see widespread rain from basically the I-15 corridor eastward. They're really getting hit right now over the deserts, which is somewhat rare. We have partial clearing as far as rainfall along the coastline, but there's another batch sitting out there, and it will continue to come in overnight. So far, we've picked up anywhere from about 1/4 of an inch to as much as almost an inch, and well over that in the Palomar Mountain area. Now, this rainfall will continue to fall lightly across the county. I wanted to show you how big this storm is and how much it affects the entire state of California. Literally from the Oregon border all the way to the Mexican border, some sort of watch warning or advisory taking place. We continue to see a flood advisory in the dark green on the map there and a flood watch for the rest of the county. And as far as the winds are concerned, they will stick around at least until 10 p.m. tonight, but suddenly at 10 p.m. the winds don't stop. They just get below that threshold. We're going to keep the weather impact in place for Christmas Day, more or less just kind of to keep you on your toes. And then the rains return on Friday. Again, this will not be as strong as what we've seen today. The winds won't be as strong. The rainfall totals won't be as heavy. However, it will affect you on the day after Christmas. A lot of people going out and kind of getting those bargains and deals. So keep that in mind. I'll have the complete forecast that'll get you through the next 7 days.
All right, Sean, we'll see you in a few minutes. A tragic scene today in City Heights where our stormy weather turned deadly. Just after 11 this morning, part of a large tree on Marlboro Avenue and Whiteman Street fell and killed a man.
Now his family is grieving and demanding answers. CBS 8's Alex Lai joins us live at the scene with what we know tonight. Alex.
Steve and Stephanie, this is truly a heartbreaking story on a day that should be spent with family. You can see the tree behind me right here. Arborists came just a few hours ago and cut off most of it, but this exposed wood that you can see is where the branch fell off and hit the man. Now his family is left mourning a sudden loss after an accident they say never should have happened. On what should have been a joyous day, strong wind and rain turned deadly at Marlboro Avenue and Whiteman Street. San Diego Fire and Rescue says a man was standing just outside his home on this corner when a large tree branch suddenly split off and fell on him.
The first tree branch fell, it struck him, knocking him unconscious. Our crews arrived, found him. He had gone into cardiac arrest. The
battalion chief getting emotional, recalling what happened.
They did everything So our crews found him in cardiac arrest. They did everything they could. Unfortunately, the tree was too heavy.
In an instant, a life lost and a family changed.
How do you go home on Christmas Eve and tell your kids that their grandpa's dead? I still can't find the words.
We spoke with the man's daughter-in-law who asked not to be shown on camera as she processes her family's loss.
I want him to be remembered as Roberto Ruiz. Elderly, loving man. He was always helping his family.
But with her grief, she says, comes anger.
We've been complaining to the city about this tree. We've been complaining about the city. It's been, they've been living here more than 5 years, and we've been complaining about the tree. Nothing was ever done, so I feel like San Diego failed. They failed.
A loss her family believes could have been prevented.
If he was here, he would want people to know that this is not okay, that could have been his niece, that could have been his granddaughter, that could have been anybody else's relative.
Now, I did reach out to the city of San Diego. They tell me that city crews performed maintenance on the specific tree in January 2024. That's nearly 2 years ago as a proactive measure to trim branches, and the tree did not seem concerning at the time. They also say the city does not have a record of any maintenance requests for the specific tree. Now, back out here live, officials are urging to be very cautious in this severe weather, especially around large trees and any power lines. Steve and Stephanie, back to you.
So heartbreaking. Our thoughts with his family tonight, for sure. Rain is already falling across North County, and heavier rain is expected to continue through the day.
Yeah, that system will then spread across the rest of the county, and pockets of heavier rain could be possible. CBS 8's Steffi Roche is live with more on what's happening in that area. Steffi, looks like maybe it calmed down behind you.
Absolutely. It definitely calmed down a bit. Right now, it's just sprinkling a little bit. But when we first got out here, we were getting drenched with rain. Right now, we're underneath the Oceanside Pier, and you can see there's quite a bit of puddles out here. But really, the main thing that we're seeing out here, it's that wind. You can see signs and the palm trees out here. They are blowing around. Hi, guys. Merry Christmas. But yeah, we've really been seeing tree branches all across San Diego falling down. You can just look right over here. This palm tree branch, it is one of many out here just in this parking lot here in Oceanside that is down on the ground right now. But even with this rain, this dangerous wind, you know, some people, they were still able to get outside and enjoy their Christmas Eve.
Every family has some holiday tradition.
When we have kids and everything. So.
Johnny and Naomi Della Torre were just married in May, and they're starting their own tradition of taking a Christmas Eve walk.
We decided we were going to do it rain or shine, so we're going to start out with rain, I guess.
Yeah. Elsa and Brian also got their steps in.
And she loves the sea, so we thought we'd come out and get a little fresh air.
Originally from Scotland, Elsa says that in this stormy weather, she really feels at home for the holidays.
I just came out of the rain, and here we are, it's raining.
Were you guys hoping to see sunshine, that sort of thing when you're out here?
Yeah. For the Rasmussen family visiting Oceanside from Nashville, they forgot to include umbrellas on their list to Santa.
Yeah, not the kind of beach day we were expecting.
Right. Yeah.
So for now, everyone will just be walking in a rainy wonderland.
Merry Christmas!
Yeah, making the most of this weather out here. And we're also in a high surf advisory. Since we got out here, we've been seeing some pretty large waves out here. So that advisory, you know, that means dangerous swimming conditions, dangerous surf conditions. We really haven't seen many people out in the water. We've seen some people taking walks on the beach, but we really haven't seen swimmers or surfers or anything like that. But we'll send it back to the studio now. For now, reporting live, I'm Steffi Roche, CBS 8.
Always important to note that, though, Steffi. The locals know to stay out of the water, but a lot of tourists here over Christmas break. Thank you.
Right.
Shelters in downtown San Diego offering people experiencing homelessness a dry place to sleep. The Kroc Center is providing beds for up to 61 adults, along with 11 additional beds for families with children and single women. The Paul Mirabel Center has room for up to 62 adults. Those centers are located on Imperial Avenue. And the Living Water Church of the Nazarene on Market Street has room for up to 28 adults. As always, you can find the extended weather forecast on the CBS 8 app. Just download it and stream for free.